y'all, it's the Cincy Lady of East Texas. So I know that you've heard the word consistency repeated over and over by me, other leaders, motivational speakers, all the things, right? Well, here's a personal story to give a little context. So several weeks ago, I was set up at an event that I've been set up at several times before in a town, not my own, but in a small town, a small neighboring town that I frequent, and I have several customers there. Well, I was set up at this church for a little market, a little holiday bazaar thing. And my neighbors, the neighboring booth next to me, this was their very first event. They had handmade wreaths, these little stained glass things. They had t-shirts. They had beautiful stuff, but they had come from several hours away to this very small town to set up. And like I said, this was their very first event ever. Well, a couple of hours into the event, my booth is hopping. Their booth is pretty busy. And there's people milling around. It's a several hour event. And so around lunchtime, it kind of dwindled down during that hour and a half or so. And the neighboring lady said, "So have you done this show before?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am. This is I've done this several times before. I have a lot of customers in this area, so I was excited to be here." And she said, "Oh, I can tell, girl." She said, "How long have you been doing Cincy?" And I said, 11 years. And she said, "I can tell," because she said, "I've heard so many people come into your booth and say, 'Oh, I was excited for you to be here,' or 'I was hoping that you would be here,' or 'It's so good to see you again,' and they would buy stuff." So she said, "I could tell that you were consistent in your business and that you had been doing this for a long time and that you have a pretty good customer base." Y'all, that was like the hugest compliment ever to me. I was so excited that she noticed that. But also, y'all, that's a prime example of what consistency does. That's a prime example of how consistency in your business pays off. The customers that I have in that town were excited knowing that I would be a part of that vendor event. And neighboring booths around me saw the amount of traffic that I had in my booth and could hear the conversations of people saying, "Oh, I was hoping that you would be here," or "It's so good to see you again." Y'all, that's what consistency in this business is. It doesn't mean begging for orders, only working your business when you have a check mark and you're up for term, right? It means working your business day in and day out, taking good care of your customers, following up with them, making sure that they have what they need, when they need it, how they need it, offer options for them as far as shipping or delivery or whatever. Y'all, it's a matter of just communication. You are in the customer service business. You're not in sales. Your prime goal is not to just sell. You're building relationships. You're focusing on your customer service. If you have 20 customers, if you take care of them well and you are diligent and you are consistent, you will reach your goals. But you have to take care of those 20 people. Otherwise, they will go to somebody else, or they will follow somebody else that posts on their social media that says, "Oh, I'm placing an order," or "Oh, I'm offering this, or whatever." They will begin to follow those people, right? You need to stay in touch with your customers. You need to stay in touch with them and let them know what's going on, when we have limited time offers, when our harvest and holiday collections come out, all the things, right? It's your job. I've said this before and I'll say it again, and I guarantee I'll say it 50 more times. But it's your job it's not their job to remember you. It's your job to never let them forget you. And at the end of the day, that's what matters. Those people came to my booth that day expecting to see me. For them, it was a no-brainer. Like, of course, Autumn, the Cincy lady, is going to be there, right? And the other people in the neighboring booths took notice of that. They knew and they heard in those conversations that I take my business very seriously. I take pride in the amount of customer service that I offer. And it was noticed by others. Y'all, at the end of the day, and I'm not saying this to brag, I'm just saying this as a point of context. 11 years of consistent hard work has paid off to where I have people expecting me to be at certain events, right? That's a huge compliment. And especially when others hear those conversations and know that I take pride in my business and they're like, whoa, you've been doing this a long time, right? Yeah, I have. And it's paid off. So if you are a brand new consultant, or whether you've been in for a couple of years and you've just kind of dabbled, y'all, when you are consistent, it pays off. I promise. So get in there, be consistent, touch base with your customers. It all works, and it all works for the good of your business. Y'all have a good one.